text. So I've been working for Europcar from November 97 to November 2011. So that's a total of 14 years where I had different roles. I started really at the very bottom as reservation agent. And my last role was actually director of leisure sales for the group. So quite an in between that was basically different role every 2 years. Working always at Europcar International, the good thing is that I actually have seen a lot of different things in different countries, and I've been confronted with a lot of different people as well, and problematics. Then I went, oh, this is some text. Then I went to EBookers, where I was director of sales for car on the EMEA. So EBookers is part of Orbitz, and I was in charge only of the car supply in the EMEA. And I was as well in charge of insurance, which I know you love that we sell. And finally, now a bit more than 2 years ago, I moved to CarRentals. That was a sort of forced choice. EBookers and Orbitz has been bought by Expedia, and they offered me a job at CarRentals.com, which is great. The only negative thing I would say is that they asked me to move from Paris to Hamburg. I love Hamburg now as a city. It's just that my German is not that great yet. I'm not sure it will be one day, actually. So, and there, my role is now Director of Strategic Global Accounts for car and insurance again, but this time on a global scope, because I'm looking after the business in EMEA as well as in the US with a domestic US business. So one thing that I wanted to touch, that was the answer that I had from Emmanuel, was in your career, what actually was really the thing that shocked you the most, actually, and over now, my God, almost 20 years, I think that there are actually two things that really, I never actually really understood why it went this way. First one, I will take actually as an example what we have seen as a price, the average price on the market, and taking actually Spain. So I took here real data, okay? Real data from what we have in our system. I could go only from November 2013, but basically the price is going just only one direction, okay? And it started even higher, okay? Why that? We'll try to find out, but what I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, is that, I don't understand why these prices aren't going down, where I think your costs are actually increasing year after year. This is just, something that is very, very, very strange. So why this happened? A little bit of a map of Spain. There were some suppliers all over, all over Spain, and then a bit more suppliers, and then a bit more suppliers. So basically just, too many suppliers. And at some point, you had cars and cars and cars, and demand is there, but to a certain point, there's a limit with demand. So what happens when demand is growing much faster as offer? Well, you start to compete on price. Whether it is, rational or not, this is what you do. You have cars in your car park, and you just want to get rid of them, because you must have them on the road to a certain limit, although think about accidents. But then becomes creativity. We love that. So, okay, my daily rate is now €5, and actually it's on good days, because in Portugal I think that you can go to €1 per day, insurance included, obviously. And then say, okay, I need to make money, so I'm going to add new surcharges. I'm going to really force the customer to take them. So I'm not going to leave a customer leave the office before he takes another 100 or 200 euros because I need the money. So I think that I can understand why you come to this position, but my question is that one. What about the customer? And so two things that really shocked me, price and customer. Because at the end, okay, it's good, you do that, you manage to get some revenue, but text is missing again. What's going on here? Okay. Because one thing that people really forget is that, you need a happy customer. No, because happy customer is a customer that will come back to you. So it's just long-term investment. And what is a repeat customer? Lower acquisition cost, which I think, we all want, even me, even if I am on the dark side. And what is happening as well is that actually, even if they come through me, at the end, they will come back to you directly as well. There will be no need for them to come, through me, through you there, because they know the product, they love the product, they will come back directly to you. So yes, it's just a sort of virtual circle. And one thing as well, I'm not pricing, you are pricing. So, but the question that I always ask as well myself about the price is actually who owns the CarRental price? Is it the intermediaries that sometimes you blame? Is it the customer? Is it, I'm sorry, the text is missing again, but to me, you do. You are the only one, setting the price. And I come back with this is the text. So because basically you have the fleet cost, and I would actually start same as what you did. First look at my fleet cost. You have a personal cost. You have a station cost. You have every cost. So the price is in your hands. There shouldn't be anyone else than you just choosing the price. It's just if there is something else happening on the market, and it happened in the past with some brokers that did become too important for some local suppliers, and some local suppliers just stopped working from one day to another just because of that, because they're just too dependent and they didn't keep the control of the prices. So as I was saying, I'm not into revenue management, but this is the vision that I have in terms of how do I fix my price. First, I look at my cost. As I said, you have all the costs. This is, I think, one major thing that you have to look into. And then you define from there, where do I have to start? Okay? And same as you said, if you need one day to sell lower than your cost, at least you know it, but you calculated your cost. Then I look at my availability. At a location level, category of car, etc. I just look at what I have as a content on the car park. At the same time, I look at demand, seasonality, special events, whatever is happening on the market. Okay, and at least that's my point of view. Then only I will look at competition. Okay, so you don't have to forget about it, but I think it's more important to actually look at, 1 and 2, twos, and then you go and look in the competition, and from there you say, okay, where do you want to go? Do you want to fight against, the lowest, the biggest, and it depends if you have only one brand, if you have 2 brands, if you have 3 brands, 4 brands. Europcar has, I don't know how many brands. So, and then you define your price. Intermediaries are, I think, something that you have to deal with. It's, So we're talking really about the OTAs, the brokers, the white labels, etc. But this is how I think you should see us. We are a marketing channel, okay? You have SEA, you have any sort of marketing channels and direct channels, etc. We are one of them, and that's all. So yes, because we are one of them, we have a cost for you. We have as well a lot of cost. Remember, I mean, as me, I talk as a broker, but as a broker, all the costs that you have when it comes to SEA, for example, we have them as well. So it's just that, yeah, we are an intermediary, so it might cost a little bit more money, but at the end, what we are helping is we are trying to get customers in places where you don't necessarily go, where you are not, and so there are some brokers that are much bigger than we are, and I think that some of you, majority of you might work with them. They are really worldwide, and they are definitely helping you with getting customers in Australia where you would probably not spend a penny there. Okay, so this is really where I think that we can help you. So yes, we do have a cost, but you should see us as a substitute, and I agree as well with the first presentation that I've seen. So there are maths that you have to make. I mean, how much you have to invest there and there. But yes, we are a cost because we are bringing you as well some transactions. So I will have a very quick conclusion with 2 points, but I will be able to continue talking a little bit as well on the future of CarRental as I would see it. Conclusion 1, and this is for me, I'm a bit customer centric. So for me, be good to the customer, whatever marketing channel is coming from, because at the end it will be coming back. It will be coming back to you. It's just a long-term investment. Customer service is very important. It has a huge cost. If you want to make it right, it is very, very expensive. I think one good example, I don't know if there are any people working for enterprise here. Enterprise is actually really a good example of that. Each time I meet them, these are long and painful meetings because out of 1 hour, they speak 45 minutes on customer service, customer experience, etc. But at the end, they are right as well. It's very difficult. But they started their business in the US. Do you remember, Laurent, when in the early 50s? They're a really very small company, 17 cars to start with. Now, 1.9 million cars. They buy 1 million car every year. Are they the cheapest on the market? Usually not. And what is the number one metric internally is actually customer satisfaction. If you want to have a promotion within enterprise, you need a good customer satisfaction. This is the only thing that matters to them. Why are they have 3 brands, why none of them is actually positioned as a low-cost brand? Because it's against the NDA. They don't want to hear about it. So, and they're almost expensive because they invest a lot in the customer experience. But at the end, if you go to the US and you ask actually who knows them, who want to rent with them, you will be absolutely amazed, really amazed. I think that the top of mind, how you say, awareness is something around 95%. So, I mean, it's a sort of a dream for many of us, but yeah, so, and this is all based on customer experience. So, it is a long-term investment. I totally agree. And the second one, which I already, discussed a lot, you control the price. I did that, I decide my price. choice is mine, and no one gets to make my mind up. Okay? I decide. You decide.